Hi ladies, day 2. Today we are going to talk about highlighting and contour. So I already have my primer, I have my foundation, and I have my concealer on. So the next thing we're going to do is kind of highlight some areas, kind of make everything look a little bit better, make everything pop a little bit, and then we'll move on. So I like to use the cream to powder. It's actually a luminizer, so it looks like a stick is what it looks like. So the first thing I like to do is I already have some concealer that's down this area. It's kind of placed in a triangle fashion. I have some up here, and I had a little bit on my nose and a little on my chin. So right now I'm just going to go back and kind of go over those areas and make them stand out just a little bit. So my lighting for some reason is just non-cooperative today, and it looks really awful. So I apologize in advance. It looks terrible. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and kind of bring it along this area and along here, along my nose, my chin, and then we're going to do this area like around my brows, kind of a, looks like a V or a tree on the top of my head. And then we're going to kind of bring it along here, and then I'm going to put a little area down here. And my actual dark contour is going to go in between these areas to kind of slim the inside of your face. I have a really round face, so it's kind of one of those things you just got to kind of figure out what your face looks like and kind of what works for you. All right, so as you can see, it's kind of bright. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this contour brush and I'm going to kind of blend this areas in first. This is the contour brush. It has 2 edges here. So you don't want to look like you have these like lines on your face. You don't want it to look obvious. It needs to look natural and kind of not like you just drew a marker all over your face. Some people leave the dark and the light on at the same time. I don't blend it in completely, but I like to kind of look and see what I have a little bit, just so I know. Like I leave these marks down here. And actually, this one's not very bright. Kind of leave these marks down here so I have a little bit of an idea about where I'm going. So then I'm gonna take the Beachfront bronzer. I kind of use it on the darker side. It has 2 on here. Kind of use the darker side as my contouring section, and then just kind of go in here. So basically this gives you like a really sun-kissed look. For us pasty sisters, you kind of really need it. And I'm going to take a little bit of it. I'm going to go along the side of my nose here on both sides, and then around, that's way too much, around the top of your head. If you get too much like I just did, just kind of blend it out. And then I'm going to take the brush, and I can always use a little bit of my foundation brush, which is somewhere here. There it is. And you can kind of go over what you just did, kind of erase it so it's not so much. You don't want to look like your forehead's dirty. Okay, so then I'm going to take this, this is actually an Eco brush. I'm just going to kind of blend all the areas. So I still have some light that's down here. Notice these really bright spots that you can see. And along the side of my nose. Again, the idea is to make shadows and to make your shape of your face kind of look a little slimmer, to accent some areas that you have without actually leaving lines all over your face. So I like to do this along my chin line just to kind of give it a more chiseled, make my chin line stand out a little bit more. And again, my head is like apparently really weird shaped. So none of these things ever want to stay on, and now I'm smashing my ears. Sorry. Okay. So we're just gonna blend this all in. And then again, around the top And then now I have all of these bright areas that you can kind of see. Actually, that light off works a little bit better. You can see kind of along the sides of my face, and then underneath, and then my chin area is kind of now natural colored. So all of it kind of blends together. You can get more or less depending on the look that you're going for and kind of what you want it to look like. And then you can add or build less or more dramatic depending on if you're going out or if it's your everyday look. This will give you an end result that kind of makes everything stand out and makes your face look a little brighter, a little more illuminating, and actually can make you look younger. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. Bye, ladies.